without question, The Polar Express is one of my favourite, slightly more contemporary Christmas films. This was actually released in 2004. I didn't get around to seeing it for the first time until, I think, maybe 2017, 2018. I've, of course, since then seen it every Christmas period, and I have no intention of stopping watching it every Christmas. It's a lot of fun. It was nominated for several Oscars, nominated for Best Achievement in Music, sound mixing and sound editing, and, you know, completely understand that. The music is beautiful. It's so enchanting. The film was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who I love, and first of all, it's got a really great voice cast. Tom Hanks voices numerous characters, and straight away, if you put Tom Hanks's name to something, you know that you're going to get something decent. At least out of the voice acting, that's definitely the case. Phil Fondacaro voiced an elf. I just thought that was a really fun fact because I've followed Phil Fondacaro's work since I was about 7 or 8. So the film is set on Christmas Eve, and this young boy goes on this train, the Polar Express, which is, it's beautiful. The design of this, the CGI is gorgeous. It's very, very traditional, the style of the steam train and the snow, and it just screams Christmas. And he goes on this Polar Express, which is en route to the North Pole, and on this journey, on this train, he, encounters different people, and to quote IMDb, he learns about friendship, bravery, and the spirit of Christmas. So there are morals and messages in there, but to be perfectly honest, they're quite easy to consciously blank out. You will still be presumably subconsciously absorbing them, but consciously you can just you don't need to take this in as a serious film. But I think there are some good messages in there for children. The CGI quality is, it's beautiful, but it's also a little bit creepy. The CGI of the children's faces, it looks quite realistic, but not realistic enough, and it's that weird hybrid where it could be a case where, for example, somebody had been in front of a green screen and then they CGI'd the action. That's not what the case was, but that's kind of what it looks like, and it's a little bit creepy. So the CGI of the people, not my favourite, but the rest of it is stunning. There's so many reds, crisp Christmas reds, but also a lot of cool blues, and obviously a lot of this is set at night, of course, Christmas Eve, and it's so magical, and it's such a beautiful journey. I think the editing achievements are great. Bit of a shame it wasn't nominated for any editing Oscars, apart from sound editing. It was actually nominated for the Best Feature Film at the BAFTAs, and I completely think that it should have won more than it did. It won a decent amount. The song Believe, which is sung by Josh Groban, actually won the Grammy Awards in 2006. So in terms of accolades, it's done well. In terms of critical audience reception, 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a pretty healthy rating there. I would give it a 7 at least, because I think it's magical. I don't know what that is. It's rated G according to IMDb. I have no idea what that means because that's not a British rating. I'm going to assume that it's PG in the UK. And it really is a beautiful, fun, family-friendly film that I think everybody will enjoy. Now, I have spoken to some people who said they didn't like it, they weren't a fan of it. Fair enough. Not every film will speak to every person. But this is, for me, quintessential family fun Christmas film that is entirely magical and will be a classic forever. I can't fault it, apart from maybe the creepy faces. But, aside from that, it's absolutely beautiful. And if you want to get into the festive spirit, this is the perfect film for snuggling up with hot chocolate and marshmallows under a blanket and watching this with the lights out. It's gorgeous, and I think The Polar Express is definitely a film that you need to see at least once at Christmas.